We're here at Big Sound 2016 with Lanks. Welcome to Big Sound.
Thanks for welcoming me. Thanks for having me in here.
There's that improv working well for you.
Yeah,
There
thanks.
you go.
Yeah. Skilled.
Is it your first time here? I don't think it's your first time here.
No, I actually been the last few years. Like I got like a free pass from APRA one year just because I wrote some words that were like, I'd really love to attend Big Sound and learn about the music industry. And then
A tip to take home with you.
Yeah, do that. And then I showcased a couple of years ago, and then last year we sort of were in the middle of a tour. I think the Airling tour. So we just played at one of the unofficial, like the pre-party or something. I think. Yeah. So it was like my fourth year in a row, I guess. Really. Yeah.
But first year as an official showcase?
No, we did that 2 years ago, but like it was like very early in the project. So it was sort of just about like lining up. That was kind of when I was just starting a relationship with my agent, like Select Music and stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty different experience this time around.
Yeah, I remember seeing you at the pre-party last year. So I thought maybe it was the same situation in the
Yeah.
past. But well, you're a veteran then. You know what you're in for. I think that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. I'll go with that. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned since 2 years ago there has been a lot of changes. One might say you're a bit more professional this time around. You've got a bit more of a team behind you.
Yeah, I've got more of a team. I would have thought I was always pretty professional. No. I was always early to things. That's a good sign.
That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a good team around it all now, and it's all kind of just moving forward, which is exciting. So can't complain.
How do you feel that you've progressed in your stage show since your last time as a showcasing artist?
Well, yeah, it's been a massive progression. Like I had never performed without a guitar in my hands actually until Splendor this year. So that was a really new experience to me. I've been like performing shows playing guitar since I was like 10 years old. So I'm like, that's a while now.
That's at least 3 years.
And I've done like 120 Lanks shows or something already, and it's only been going for like 2 years, the project. So for me, I also wasn't a singer until like I started the Lanks thing really. So it was just about getting like lots of chances to stand in front of people and sing and sort of show what I did and then learn. And just every time you play, you sort of learn a little bit more, and then you just improve as you go. I guess that's probably the big progression, just getting better, I think. Yeah.
So before Lanks, you were a guitarist in other projects?
Yeah. So, I mean, I had another project called Farrah, and then before that I had another, I've had various things. I studied jazz guitar before that. So at VCA. So just playing shows has been like a very long thing. I just hadn't really done the singing thing, and then, and just learning to be a front person, I suppose, or the attention being sort of solely on you, which I obviously love, but
you soak up that limelight.
But yeah, just getting used to that, and I'm not anywhere near where I really want to be, but I mean I think that makes sense. You should always be aiming for somewhere way further down the track anyway. So I feel comfortable with where it's sort of how it's developing at least. Yeah.
So this year's been the year of the single for you. You've been drip feeding us some fantastic material.
Thanks.
I think Bitter Leaf was the most recent track.
Yeah, I mean, actually just dropped one yesterday as well. It came out today. So that's called Holler. And yeah, Bitter Leaf was the one just before that. And then we had Golden Age. And then Heavy's a Heartbreak with Just a Gent. So there's been a few things this year. Pretty busy year, actually, in terms of releases. Yeah.
Have you been approaching it like that in terms of, I'm going to put together a great song and release that? Or do you go into recording thinking that you might do an EP or anything like that? Or are you really approaching it from a singles perspective right now?
I think I just, I write a lot of music. And so I actually have, it's going to be on an EP, which I can now talk about, which comes out next month, October 14th. So yeah, I'm a really song-driven person. It's whatever that song needs. But then I think naturally, when you work on music over a period of time, there's sort of a sound or something that ties these things together. And then in the end, I've sort of settled on these 6 tracks that very strongly represent the last 12 months of my life as an artist. So they really work together as an EP, and it felt right. The story that they told for me personally, feels really good, and the timing felt right to put these together and sort of bookend it. So it's I'm a song-driven person, but naturally a period of time is going to reflect a certain stage of your life, I think.
And I think that it also shows a clear progression. I mean, listening just the music over the last year, a clear progression of your talents as a producer and as a songwriter.
Yeah, I think just improving. I'm really working on trying to get better, and I don't think that will change either. I think it is pretty clear when you hear the full EP that like I've taken a step forward from the last one, and I hope that never stops. Basically, just want to keep challenging myself.
You mentioned the collaboration with Just a Gent. You know, how does a collaboration like that influence what you do moving forward? Because obviously there was a lot of, I mean, that was quite a successful track. Yeah,
no, it's done amazingly. Like, you know, it was written, I got the email from him with some instrumentals and just saying that they'd love to get me to write something. This is like a year ago now. And then the song's still got life. Like we just did like a version a few weeks ago on Triple J, and the fact that it's still living and breathing is kind of beyond what I expected. Like I just sort of wrote the melody and the lyrics at home and then sent him something back, which he was like, no, I'm not into this. And then like 2 days later, he was like, actually, I've had like a few more listens and I think there's something here. So like, yeah, it was kind of funny how it happened. But for me, like it was great. Like I was looking for new challenges and to hear my voice in a really different context to what my last EP had been. Like probably, just opened up my mind a little bit where I was like, cool. Like there's all these different sounds that I can experiment with. And I don't know, I'm just always listening to things that I find, you know, hard to do. And I think they're the ones that I love to make. Like I try to make an EP that I can't make, and then you learn a lot through it, and it's really inspiring for your brain, I think. So yeah, I think that's sort of what the song did for me. It opened up some new ideas and a new context, I suppose.
With the EP release in October, I imagine that means you'll be hitting the road for much of the rest of the year?
Yeah, well, I'm on tour with Vera Blue at the moment, and that's hectic. Like it's like pretty much a sold out 16-date national tour.
That's amazing.
Which we've just finished 5 Victorian dates, which were awesome last week. And there'll probably be some more touring later in the year, but nothing to announce at this point. But just this tour is super exciting. I'm having such a great time playing with Vera Blue, and the crew's all great. So it's really fun. The audiences have been amazing so far. It's good.
As a Big Sound veteran, what's one piece of advice that you'd give anyone who's coming to play Big Sound 2016 for the first time?
I think just like make real connections with people. I guess this is my 4th year in a row, but the first time I didn't actually have any like music to push on anyone or anything like that. And I just met like 10 people, and like I made really good connections with them, and I'm still friends with them now. And like some of them are managing, you know, Chloe and things like that. And like they ended up helping me do some really great stuff over the last few years, the people I met the first time. But instead of trying to like meet every single person in a superficial way, I was just like I want to get to know people and see what makes them tick, and like what are they doing, what's interesting about whatever. Like, everyone here is doing something pretty amazing, most of them. So like, I mean, probably everyone. So yeah, I think just show people a bit of respect and like have a good chat, but like be real and don't be a dick, basically. Which I'm trying to do. So
I think that's a good rule of thumb in general as well.
I don't know if that helps with specifically Big Sound, but I think it's like kind of a life rule. It's like just meet people, be real, and like give them time of day. Like you also like don't just like go up to the person who's like the biggest dog in the room and be like, hey, here's my demo. Like just chat to anyone who you want to like talk to. Like you never know. Like they might be best mates with the big dog in the room, and then they'll pass it on. And you know, maybe just don't be like transactional about your relationships. I think Big Sound's all about relationships. So be nice and be real to people, and like help other people out and things like that. And then eventually, you know, things will come back if you work hard and try and make good stuff and don't be a dick.
I think that's a beautiful poetic note to end it on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will, for your time, and we'll see you on the road.
Thank you.